Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Speculation About Nonsense, episode 10.
Yay.
Can you believe it?
I can.
We've made it this fucking far. Episode 10.
It feels like we're not doing much, but we've stuck to this.
It's hard to do this.
I know.
I'm exhausted. I was like, I don't feel like doing this shit because I have to do all the editing, and it's just like, I got other things in my life happening, you know?
Hey, so do I, and
no one's watching. No one's listening. I mean, I don't get it. What does it take to get people to pay attention to this show? Maybe more than 10 episodes. Maybe 11 is the kicker.
I think we need to do a shirtless episode. I think we need to use sex appeal.
Eventually I could see that happening. I like my shirts right now.
But I think if we want more viewers, sex sells, bro. You know that.
Does it sell?
Someone pays for it.
Yeah.
So I think we need to just do a naked podcast episode.
Yeah, but you don't need sex to be entertaining. You just need drama.
No, you need sex.
No. Well, no.
Sex and drama.
Well, okay.
Name something that was good that did not involve sex.
The debate. The first presidential debate that mattered this year just happened this past Tuesday.
Yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. This is an unusual episode because usually we film these a week ahead, and we did film an episode and I didn't like it. So I'm like, yeah, let's just do another one. And then I saw that the debate was happening and I'm like, oh shit, this could be amazing. So we have to do something about this. So
and here's the thing.
This is a Wednesday night that we're recording this.
And I gotta say, first of all, I don't know what's happening with my mic. It keeps drooping.
If you guys could just watch the damn show and we could get sponsors, we could afford better equipment.
That's true. But you're yelling at the one person who does.
I know. Well, you guys are fine. I'm just saying to the people who aren't watching.
Why?
Just watch.
Yes.
I know this won't reach you, but please just watch it or listen or do whatever you need to do.
You can support us on Patreon.
Yeah. If you watch the clips,
we have
watch the episodes. The clips are just mini episodes. You know?
They are.
Okay, but back to the debate. It was a lot of moments last night. It was almost 2 hours for this debate.
It was supposed to be 90 minutes.
Yeah, it was probably 105, I think, with the breaks that they had. It was almost 2 hours. It was so many just iconic moments that this is the first time I've made a paper list of all the shit that we have to cover because there was a lot to cover in this episode. First and foremost, the immigrants eating pets problem. Yes. I was not aware. Okay, so what's in Springfield, Ohio, there has been an influx of about 20,000 Haitian immigrants, and the city originally had a population of about 60,000. So it's a 33% population increase. It's going to put strain on any kind of public services. That being said, I did not realize that Haitians included cats and dogs in their diet because I've been to Haiti on a cruise and I thought that their diet consisted primarily of cheeseburgers and rum punch.
Bunsen, this is your ignorance.
This is my ignorance?
Yes, you did not know this about the Haitians.
The Haitians?
In fact, I want to thank former President Donald Trump.
Former President Donald Trump.
For bringing to light the issues.
Now, see, we have a cat here, Binks. Binks is kind of shy. Let me see. No, you don't have to. Don't make Binks come up.
I wanted.
Let Binks live her life. Okay.
But I wanted to.
It's our friend Stefan. He's staying over and he's got his cat here. So I like the kitty cat.
But anyways, the reason why I wanted to thank former President Donald Trump is that he's bringing to light a very important issue that it's not talked about enough at all.
Yeah.
The eating of cats. So you know the story.
No, what's the story?
When I was in Africa. And I was 7 years old. I'm pretty sure my neighbors ate my cat. I've told you this story.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Wait, what was the cat's name?
Orira.
Fuck, that was on deck, wasn't it? Orira?
Yes.
What does Orira mean?
I don't know. It was a cute name.
It sounds like Orida.
No.
Like the
Orira.
Potato chip.
I think it's Arabic or something. I'm not sure. I was 7.
Were they? But these weren't Haitian.
It doesn't matter.
People.
Oh, they're black.
No, that's not. They're not.
Yes, and thank you.
No.
Former
I don't believe that the Haitians are eating the dogs and the cats.
I do. I do not trust
the city council. What was it? The mayor who said there's no evidence.
City manager.
What's a city manager? Not a mayor.
No, I thought it was the mayor.
Isn't that the same thing?
Was the city
Apparently,
manager,
the city manager has checked with the Haitian immigrants and is like, "You guys been eating the cats and dogs?" And they're like, "No."
Liars.
And I guess they're like, "Well, they said they didn't, so I guess they're not." I think it's a bit of a stretch, if I'm honest, because, I mean, having gone to Haiti, and to be fair, it was a curated location by a cruise line, I never got the impression that these people wanted to eat cats or dogs. In fact, I thought that they seemed very lovely. They had calypso music playing and handcrafts that were actually made in China that they said that they made, but they weren't really.
Listen, again, because they're liars. And as former impeached President Donald Trump said, Haiti is a shithole country.
He wasn't impeached, was he? Or was he impeached but not convicted? Or what? I don't know how that works.
Twice impeached. He was not.
So you're impeached
from office,
but not removed.
Yes.
Okay.
So as former impeached president, Donald Trump once said, Haiti is a shitty country.
It's not. I've been. It's pretty.
No. We trust him.
They have zip lines.
And so
I've been on them.
From this shitty country, these immigrants come to America and they eat your cats and your dogs.
Why? Here's my question.
Look at your pet.
Here's my question.
Look at them.
Well, first of all, I like the little clinking sounds. They get picked up on the mic so well. The little clinky clinks.
Was that sarcasm? Do you hate
kind
it?
Of, yeah. I kind of hate it and I kind of like it. It's kind of soothing. This isn't an ASMR podcast. Don't do that. Why, of all places, if I were a Haitian immigrant, I would not go
to Springfield,
Ohio. That's the real startling question of this. Have you seen Springfield, Ohio? It just looks like every other Midwest city. Nothing going on, I'm sure it's nice, but it's just.
Listen,
it's featureless and.
Wait, no! I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna push back on this. Actually, where are the greatest places in the U.S. you can think of?
Los Angeles, New York.
And what do these places have in common? Diversity.
Filmmaking.
Diversity.
That's true.
Interesting people. So, honestly, immigrants moving to Springfield, Ohio might help it become a really fun place. Because
but you don't want to go somewhere where you're the interesting one. That's where we came from.
That's true.
We came from places where we were the interesting people.
I did not.
Sure, you did, don't you?
Where?
I mean, small towns, right? Are you saying that you grew up in a really interesting place and you left it? Voluntarily?
I've only ever lived in interesting places. And
then I have a very different background.
Alexandria, Virginia.
That's true.
It's a city.
That's interesting.
The capital in Sierra Leone, Freetown. Mm-hmm. Really, everyone there is black, so I'm really not the interesting. I just blend right in.
There you go.
Philly. Mm-hmm. I'm not the most interesting. Very fun place. Mm-hmm. Long Beach, which I love Long Beach. Yeah. Which is basically LA. Yeah. And then, I would say Boulder, Ohio. Hate it. No. Boulder, Colorado.
But so then you've never lived somewhere where you were the only interesting person.
Yes.
It sucks. I'm telling you from experience, it sucks. And if I were a Haitian immigrant, here's the deal. If you're going to move anywhere, because, I mean, it is insane that the whole population of the city it grew by a third with all these people. It's not that big of a city. 60,000 people is not that big of a city. For 20,000 people to be going in, that's going to shock a city that small. Yeah. Why did they not go to West Virginia? Because if there is any place that is in more desperate need of people, culture, and diversity, it is West Virginia. But they have the land. They have mountains. It's plentiful. It's beautiful. It's red.
Yeah, because I feel like
so they could swing it more purple potentially.
No, but here's the thing, though.
What?
Ohio is interesting. It's the Midwest is full of nice people.
The only thing interesting in Ohio is Cedar Point, and that's
I've been. I love Cedar Point.
Cedar Point's fine.
They had one of the greatest ice creams I've ever had. It was a vanilla custard, and I dream about that ice cream from time to time. Yeah. Also, the roller coasters were really fun. I usually hate roller coasters. I had a great time at Cedar Point. Don't talk shit on Cedar Point.
I would like Cedar Point more if I didn't have nausea now going on roller coasters.
I prefer it to Six Flags.
I hate motion sickness because I can't help it, and I never used to have it, and now I have it, and it sucks, and I can't do things now.
Yeah, no, so there was this place.
Ohio has nothing for me, in other words.
That's fair, but I feel like the Midwest has nice people.
It does. It does have nice people. My mom grew up in Ohio, but it was a depressing fucking place in Ohio.
No, one of my parents is from Steubenville, Ohio.
Steubenville, yeah.
So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, my mom's from a place very close to Steubenville.
We could have been friends growing up.
No.
I don't know how this works. I don't know. If your mother...
No, because my mom didn't live in Ohio when I was a kid. My Grammy did. Oh. So what, am I going to go visit my Grammy and go, hey, there's this guy who's like a town away who wants to say hi?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know.
I don't know.
Fate. But
probably.
I was talking about? Oh yeah, Ohio. But like Virginia is where, like West Virginia is where like the racists are.
I know, that's why they would fix it.
Which is why they would not want to go there.
Yeah, but you're saying there's no racists in Ohio?
Yeah, but I feel like they're a lot nicer, and like the Midwest is famous for
they're
nice
nicer
people.
Racists.
They're nicer racists, you know. What's
a nicer racist?
No, they will, you know, they will not hate you publicly.
Okay.
They'll just have very unfortunate opinions about you. They will not like.
That's all anybody ever wants.
They will not join the KKK, but they will vote for someone who is a member of it.
Okay. That's fair.
That's the nicer racist.
Yeah.
While like in West Virginia, they might just burn down your house and tell you to go back to your country.
That's true. That's true. That being said, it is almost heaven in West Virginia. So, but I thought Haiti was almost heaven whenever I visited. Yeah. I was wrong.
Yeah.
But
they eat cats there.
But again, Shocking. I never saw that. Now I'm curious what was in my cheeseburgers because I thought it was beef.
No.
I think it is beef. It tastes like beef.
That was not beef.
Mm-hmm.
That was bulldog.
Oh, okay, because of the dogs too. Why do they only... Now, here's what I want to know. Why would they only go after cats and dogs? Or do they not? Do they also go after guinea pigs, hamsters? If you were to eat hamsters, do you eat them on a kebab where you just kind of bing, 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 bing? Is that how you do it? How do you serve up hamsters? If you are an immigrant who wishes to eat people's pets, what is the best form of cooking it? Because I don't think that...
I feel like with cats, it's always nice to just grind them up and make them into beef, like into patties, like burgers.
Yeah. I
feel like that's good for cats. Mm-hmm. I am in no way speaking from experience.
I imagine that cats, if you were to eat a cat, are spicy.
Like lean meat. I feel like they're lean.
They're like venison.
I feel like you want to combine them, grind them up, and then like spice them up.
Yeah. I think they have spices in them.
I feel like with dogs
are bland as fuck.
Like a steak, you cut them up, you have to put salt and pepper.
Yeah.
What's the most delicious tasting breed of dog?
Probably the bulldog because of the fat. It's got a nice marbled steak. But it's
also very like muscly.
No, it's not muscly. I don't think.
I've seen those like big, huge, like, I mean, I guess I'm thinking of pit bulls.
I mean, any overweight dog would taste better than an underweight dog.
And this is maybe my bias because I do think these are the cutest dog breeds. Like, I always assume that labs and like golden retrievers would be the most tasty.
Yeah.
Only because they're just such happy dogs. I'm like, that dopamine has to make your meat taste good.
Sure. Probably. Yeah. I mean, whenever you hunt deer, they always say like, you don't want to like miss because then they freak out and then the stress makes it taste worse.
Exactly.
So
like I think the happiest dogs are the tastiest dogs. So everyone keep your pets happy just in case we get hungry.
We can never adopt a pet after this episode because everyone's going to wonder, are they fattening him up, you know?
Maybe.
Binks?
Why not? Binks, where are you?
Where's this cat? Oh, she's right over there. She's just hanging out. It is nice to have a cat at the apartment because I like animals. They're neat. They just do little things, and you're like, you have your own little world.
I do love that both me and your sister. I would
never eat you, Binks. Don't you worry.
I would.
No,
although you don't have enough meat on you.
I won't let him.
I love that both me and your sister are in agreement. You should not get a pet right now.
No, I shouldn't. It's okay. One day we will get a pet, but I don't know that I'm ready to take on the responsibility of a pet anytime soon.
No, you have traveling to do.
But I like it when they hang out and they're like my little buddy.
Come on. Get on my lap.
Okay, back to the debate.
Yes.
The next big topic is transgender operations on illegal aliens in prison.
I don't think that's how it was phrased.
How was it phrased?
I think it was she's doing transgender surgeries on illegal immigrants in prison.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Because
that makes it sound coherent, and that makes makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, I wrote it using my brain.
You did. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, sorry, I should have quoted verbatim.
Thank
my apologies.
But
my apologies to Mr. Trump.
Yes, but I think one thing convicted.
It's an insane sentence.
I do think one thing that I saw today.
Yeah.
And that I do wish more people will take this on is that the media does this especially in which they always take whatever batshit crazy thing he says and make it make sense. They offer him so much grace, and you just kind of unintentionally did it.
Yeah.
Where you took that sentence and you made it. It's like, no, the actual words he said.
It was word salad.
Make him sound insane because he is losing his mind. And so if you just take on his rambling,
I mean, that was pretty abundantly clear watching the whole episode last night. It was glorious.
Yes,
truly. I mean, he's eating himself alive with his own fucking ego.
Yeah,
it was so beautiful.
But I do think, and I watched a video today that was quoting word for word what he said. And when somebody else is, and I think this is kind of crazy how desensitized we've gotten to Trump. But when someone else was reading the paragraph that he said, the ramble, word for word, I'm like, oh my God, you sound insane. But because it came out of Trump's voice, my brain just automatically
it's desensitized.
I'm like, oh, okay, no, I don't agree, but I get what you're saying. But then when somebody else is saying it, I'm like, there are so many tangents, which I can't fault you for because I do that too. But you're the president. I'm not trying to be the president. There are so many tangents, so many start-stop sentences.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
It's hard to find moments that are particularly salient and interesting because it's all fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But this was an interesting one. So is there any truth to what he said about her wanting to make illegal immigrants transgender?
No. So
do transgender operations on them? So
currently there's no one, Kamala Harris included, is not doing transgender surgeries on illegal immigrants in prison.
Yeah.
What he may have been referring to
transgender surgeries, what does that entail?
I don't know.
If you're transgender, if you have to get a root canal, is that a transgender
That's
surgery?
That's a transgender surgery.
I don't know what he never specified what a transgender surgery is.
You know,
there are a lot of operations if you actually are transgender, but just across the board.
If you're trans, any surgery you get.
I mean,
whether it's related to
gender confirmation surgery, facial feminization surgery, top surgery, all these surgeries are expensive as hell.
Yeah.
Now, so sorry to cut you off.
I think what he may have been referring to is that Kamala Harris, I think at one point did support gender affirming care.
Okay.
For people in prison.
Like HRT or something?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think it was ever as detailed as use, taxpayer money to give someone facial feminization surgery.
Yeah. I don't know that people in prison
they don't
state-funded surgery of any kind.
They don't.
Unless maybe it's an injury that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I think.
But if you've got I don't know, if it's a surgery that is not going to kill you if you don't get it, I've never heard of something like that being operated on using taxpayer dollars. Is that ever happened? I don't know.
Not to my knowledge, but this could be something.
It's a significant difference in saying we will give you estrogen versus we will cut your
dick off.
We will give you a vagina.
I just disclaimer, support trans lives.
Yeah, of course, both of us do.
All non-binary.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're allies.
Now, if you happen to also be Haitian and you eat a cat or a dog,
go on, brother.
I still support your gender identity. But I gotta ask you to stop eating the cats and the dogs, man. I just can't get behind that.
Pick cuter animals. Only if you're going to eat the dogs and the cats, only eat the ones that are obviously and clearly loved. Because of two things. One, the meat will taste better. And two, you will hurt the owners more. You don't want to eat a dog that's being abused.
That's fucking terrible.
You don't. Go on, brother. Eat your pets.
Don't. Don't eat your pets,
in this economy. No, do what you can.
Fuck that. we have fucking food stamps. Okay, food stamps they work, man. They work. You can get lean cuisines.
Well,
you don't need to resort to cats and dogs.
Listen.
Also, I can barely catch this cat in our apartment. How the fuck are people catching cats to eat them?
See,
they are like,
you're not desperate enough, and that's clearly what's being shown right now. Bronson is privileged.
I am privileged that I don't have to eat cats.
He has enough food, and because if you really need to eat a cat, you will find a way.
I would
to eat a cat.
I think if I had to, I could probably brainstorm an ensnarement.
I think you could.
All right, now we have a cat. This is Binks, as in Jar Jar.
Binks.
Yes, she's very
like
sweet.
Jar Jar.
Hopefully, this is what gets us views for this damn podcast. Is just getting a cat. Now she's temporary. She's not staying forever. Although
meow, Binks.
It might be hard
meow
to let her go. Poor Binks. This poor cat has just been roaming our apartment trying to find shit to do. There's nothing here for a cat.
It is not cat friendly at all.
I'm sorry, cat.
She is good. She's not destroyed anything. Great.
No, she's totally chill. She could be a regular on the show if she wants to come on. That'd be great.
You're like, the cat stays. Stefan, get out.
Yeah, Stefan. Yeah.
We love you, but
love you, but the cat is better.
The cat is better.
Cat's more spacious, or not spacious. Space. Good for our space, whatever the word is for that.
It's more, fits more comfortably here.
Yeah. Anyway, so there is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Oh, only in California.
Oh, they can do that here?
Yes.
Okay.
Because fuck babies.
I mean,
who wants, they're so, listen, this is why in California, and in, actually, I don't think it's...
I gotta say, I don't agree with this joke.
It's only in California and other blue states.
Yeah.
They're annoying.
Babies are annoying.
They are not cute like the first few weeks. Depends. I'm so sorry. No, there's never been...
nothing is.
Like a newborn baby looks like a weird alien.
Wait a minute. Everything newborn looks weird except for like bovines.
And dogs.
No, dogs look weird.
They look cute.
Baby dogs, newborn babies, they look like weird little red meat pockets. They look like dumplings.
So listen, if you're a woman and you have carried a child for 9 months and you went through the pain and horror and
now she's
torture
my mic stand
of giving birth, and that baby does not have the audacity to look cute, get rid of it. I support you.
I don't agree. I don't think... No, well, thankfully, while you say California is legal, according to the moderators, David Muir and Linsey Davis, it is not legal in any state to kill a baby after it has been born.
Is it because that's called murder?
I think so.
Is it because it's already illegal?
Murder. Yeah, I think it's because when you kill anything that is not inside of a person's body,
yes,
that is, sorry, not anything, because you can kill a flower, but like if it's a person of any age outside of the mother's body, it's not cool to kill them. According to all the states. They should change that. Why do you think we should
ugly
change
babies?
This? No. Here's the thing.
And then they're keeping you up at night.
If they killed ugly babies, I would not have this podcast.
The world would be better for it.
Yeah.
Also,
that's really mean to say about yourself. Hi, cat. Come here.
Oh, right. That would be... I have to pay rent all by myself.
Exactly.
Wait, I take that back.
Yeah.
Don't kill ugly babies.
No, please don't, because they contribute to our economy. They do. Ugly babies grow up and they pay taxes.
Ugly babies grow up to be ugly people.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to look at that.
Yeah. Do you think Trump was an ugly baby?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
David Muir? Daddy.
David Muir.
Oh my gosh. I was like... First of all, both of the moderators were gorgeous to look at.
They were like a bisexual dream.
You were just like...
I'm like, handsome, gorgeous... Smart, on point.
Seriously.
You guys fucking checked the facts. God bless the two of you.
They were both good.
Can I invite you both to dinner sometime?
Yes. I feel like not enough attention has been given to how gorgeous they both were.
Yeah. Her shoulder pads, bro.
Yeah.
They were intense.
She looked... when she spoke, I'm just like, I heard like a choir of angels.
I couldn't tell who had better shoulder pads, her or Trump. Because they both have, like, football player level shoulder pads.
That's true, but I enjoyed looking at her more, so I'm going to give it to her.
That's the answer. That is the answer.
And whenever she spoke, I understood what she was saying.
Yes. I felt... more safe listening to her.
Can we just thirst over the moderators more, please? Because like not enough attention has been paid to their looks, and as a vain and shallow society, we need to fix that. Forget about the fact that they were smart. Forget about the fact that they were professional and they knew what they were talking about and did their job well. A lot of MAGA people have been describing it as a 3-on-1.
You know what?
And honestly,
I would be all right with a 3-on-1.
I would be all right with 3-on-1 with them.
with Kamala and David and Linsey.
Yes.
That'd be a funny.
I would be okay with that 3-on-1.
That 3-on-1.
Bring it on.
I think, I like that configuration.
Also, Kamala looked good too.
She looked great.
I was just like, okay, Madam President.
That matters.
Not that matters.
No, but she did. So why not comment on it?
Yes. Like, no, she looked good, not in like, I want to rip your clothes off and see what's underneath way.
More like, I want to elect you for president.
More like, you look so good, I want to elect you for president. Yeah. Like, I would not mind staring at your face for the next 8 years.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like, Linsey and David.
I mean, just overall, her vibes were far more positive. I mean, even if you knew nothing about either of them, she just was a much better composed person. She just didn't seem so spiteful,
unhinged.
Yeah, I mean, just he had such a hateful energy. Yeah. And to be fair, like, it was kind of easy to provoke him. Like, talking about his rallies was
crowd size.
His crowd size, yeah. It was funny because it's just like the whole thing that he said about how her debate, or sorry, not her debate, her rally was AI generated. They've had the photographer who posted the photo, the one that had the reflection on Air Force One, or it was Air Force Two, maybe, that she flies in.
Yeah.
That they're like, look, you can see in the reflection that there's no people in it. And then the photographer's like, I took this picture. Here's the photograph that I took. There is such a thing as perspective. Whenever you're using a long lens, it can make things that seem farther away seem closer, but it would. I love that you're trying to like logically illusion.
Logic.
Of course. Yeah, no, there's no logic to it. It's right. Nonsense. I also have looked at a lot of AI images. You can tell whenever it's AI. It just has like, this weird smoothness to it.
Like the one Trump was using to say that Taylor Swift was endorsing him.
Like all the shit he's been using. That's how he knows about AI so much, is because he uses it a lot.
I think in psychology that's called projecting.
It is. That's a good point. Yeah. It's a lot of projection. There's a lot of narcissistic personality disorder.
Yes.
There's a lot of delusions of grandeur.
I think it's funny because like Kamala Harris stated how easily Donald Trump can be manipulated.
Yeah.
Like she said, you are so easily manipulated, Putin would eat you for lunch.
Yeah.
And then she went on live television to very easily manipulate him.
Yeah.
It's like, my God.
Well, it's also funny just how petty he was. Just his language is like, whenever he would say something like, excuse me, I'm speaking.
Sounds familiar.
And it's like, ugh. Yeah, because I said that to your former vice president who was interrupting me in the last vice presidential debate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds familiar, but it was very interesting how this all played out.
But like they're trying to spin this MAGA people that she was so manipulative and evil. I'm like, do you know what politics are?
Right. First of all, like, and I don't think that her performance was perfect. But it was a whole lot better than his performance. Let's be real.
No, what I'm saying is like the framing of like they're trying to portray it as she's so evil and manipulative and she got Trump to lose her. It's like,
well, how good of a president is he if he can be that easily manipulated?
But also,
do you want somebody running the country who's that subjective to mind fuckery as
and it wasn't even the most sophisticated level of mind fuckery.
Hardly.
She just brought up the size of his rally.
Right. Yeah.
Like that easily.
Mm-hmm. It was really funny. It's like nobody goes to hers. It's like, okay, except all the people who did.
Yeah.
You know? And how do you go to a rally, first of all? Because I would like to attend a Harris Walz rally, but I don't know how you go.
You just Google it, find out when one is happening near you.
Do they put them on Ticketmaster?
No, I think you just go to their website.
All right, I guess.
And then they have like.
Do they have tour dates like comedians? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I think I will say though.
Yeah.
Like, her performance in the beginning was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It was fine.
It was fine.
I was annoyed that there were some times when she pivoted instead of staying on point and rebutting.
But do you know what?
But she did a good job later on.
Yeah. That felt like such a classic debate. Mm-hmm. It was just like, oh, pivoting.
Yeah.
Great. I love that we're going back to the classics.
Fucking pivoting.
Let's just answer
confront
the
damn question. Yeah, seriously.
But like that was the thing about her. It's like, and I saw this on Instagram. One of my friends. There's a question mark there.
Okay. I think, is it the one I'm thinking of?
No.
Okay.
No, one I still follow on Instagram.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
It was just, I've known him forever.
Anyway.
And he posted something about, it's funny how Democrats are always saying about change and they've been in power like this so many times. It's like,
right.
I think they don't understand. I think like they genuinely don't understand when people say we want change.
Right.
It's like, it's constant. Mm-hmm. Like a status quo is established, we do it, and we're like, we want to change it. Yeah. Like I feel like that's what they don't understand when like Obama was saying we want change. It was because we were coming out of like the Bush eras.
Yeah, we
wanted a change from that. Right now, when Democrats are saying change, we want change from like Trump and Biden.
Right.
Like which is what we're getting. Mm-hmm. And for me, the fact that the Democrats like chose, and good on Joe Biden for actually stepping down. Mm-hmm. That's the strength of character that I think Trump does not have, to put like the party and the country above his own selfish needs. Because I think Biden desperately wanted to like run again and be a two-term president.
Sure.
But he understood the situation and he like decided this is not what's best.
I think Trump can't fathom the idea of stepping down, which is why he keeps thinking everything is a fucking conspiracy to get rid of Biden.
Yeah.
It's like, or maybe Biden, or maybe Biden didn't even come to the decision himself. Maybe he was very heavily persuaded by people.
I 100% think he was
Joe, you have to step down, man.
Yeah.
You're not going to win. Do you care about your party? And I think eventually he came to the realization, look, it's not going to win if I stay.
No, I think he was persuaded. I don't think he wanted to.
I don't think he was coerced.
No. I think like he was smart enough to recognize the facts that were being laid in front of him. And I know facts are hard right now.
They are.
But,
I struggle with them myself.
But he recognized what it was, and, he did what was best for everybody else, not himself.
Right.
And I think that's something Trump can't handle. And two, another point that I want to make, we can move on from this eventually.
Sure, no.
But it's the idea that, like, I saw this. I watched Pierce. I am not a fan of his, but, like, for some, raise it up.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Pierce Morgan, which, I don't know. I guess I'd like to get
It is fun to watch Pierce Morgan.
It is fun. And I do want to get, like, conservative perspectives.
Yeah.
His is, like, the most tolerable.
Sure.
Like, because sometimes he says things that I find funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes he has, like, liberals on, and I'm just like, here's the thing with Pierce Morgan. He attempts to seem unbiased and even, which he's not. But at least he attempts it. I appreciate, like, the veneer of presenting himself. It's nice. And then, like, someone on his show was talking about the bubbles that people in politics tend to be in. And it's like the Democratic establishment are in this bubble where they think, oh, we like this thing because we understand politics and we understand like the inner workings of DC. And obviously everyone else in the country likes it, and everyone is like, no. And that's why you see when Dick Cheney started endorsing Kamala Harris said like, oh yeah, and I got an endorsement from Dick Cheney. And it's like, politically, I understand that looks good, but people fucking hate Dick Cheney.
Right.
And you're not recognizing that.
But you know who they love is Taylor Swift.
Yes.
So thank you, Tay-Tay, for officially endorsing. Now, you were telling me that this was such a big deal.
Wait, let me see. Okay, because there was a second point to that.
Okay.
But that's the same problem that MAGA people have. Mm-hmm. It's that, like, you see them trying to spin after this debate that, like, oh, Kamala Harris was evil and trying to be an evil manipulator, and that obviously everything that Donald Trump said is true. And they're all looking at each other like, yes, it's true. And they believe genuinely that everyone believes this. And it's like, no, look outside your bubble for like 2 seconds and you will recognize that, like, Trump going on these tirades is tiring. No one wants it.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
And it's boring.
And it's boring. Like, last night wasn't even entertaining. Like, in the way that,
beg to differ.
No, in the way that Trump first was when he came on the scene, where it was like, what did he just say? That's crazy.
I will say,
now it's just like,
saying that Haitian immigrants are eating cats and dogs might be the most insane thing I've ever heard, ever on television of anyone.
You know,
that's fucking insane.
I disagree. I have concepts of a plan.
You have concepts of a plan
of things he said that were funnier.
What were that? See, I thought you had a plan of where you were going with this.
I had concepts of a plan.
You had concepts of a plan of where this joke was going to go.
Yes.
See, this is the thing. This is when we come on our podcast, we don't really have a plan of where we're going to go with the episode. We have concepts of a plan. But that's why you get the quality that you get. Because we don't really plan shit.
We have concepts.
Now, if we think of something that is good, then we will do that once we think about it. But right now we're just concepting the idea of thinking about doing something good for the episode.
But so the thing with Tay that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, she endorsed Kamala, which, as far as I could tell, who cares?
Yes.
You know, other than fucking Taylor Swift fans, who gives a shit that Taylor Swift... It's like... It's not like Taylor Swift's endorsement means anything other than, okay, like, young people who like Taylor Swift might vote. Yeah. But young people never fucking vote.
But here's the thing.
You know?
In two things.
I wish they did. I wish they did. But
vote.
Young people don't fucking vote. You guys need to vote, okay? Get an absentee ballot. Go find your fucking polling place. This matters, okay?
It matters. So...
This cat is going all over the place.
Yeah. So the thing with Taylor Swift is, one, whenever she like promotes elections and voting, her fans genuinely tend to actually register to vote. It happened. I hope
so.
No, like, that was the thing. That's why Republicans were so up in arms about this. Yeah. Is that, like, she can she's not gonna make her 200 million Instagram followers vote, but she has enough of a sway that, like, some of them, even if it's a reminder, like, oh yeah, I should do this, I wanted to do this.
Yeah,
it has some level of influence. This woman releases Easter eggs through her clothing, and her fans spend hours decoding it. You cannot tell me she does not have some level of influence within her fans.
Yeah,
like Carly, your sister.
Yeah.
Is a fellow Swiftie, like me.
But I mean, her fans. She has more fans worldwide. Than in America, right?
No.
Or what percentage of her fans are American versus not American? Would you say?
I mean, I feel like
is it a sizable population that would truly influence an election?
Every vote counts. Like, if she can get like 100 people to vote, we'll take it.
That's not going to do shit. 100 people.
It doesn't matter.
Isn't going to do shit. We need millions. Okay, we need all of our fans, the millions of fans that we have for this show, to get out the vote, guys. Yes.
What are
now? Don't do it if you're going to vote for anyone other than Kamala. But if you are, go for it. What?
So like, there's that's the one thing, and two, I think it's like political theater.
Yeah,
this is where it comes into play, because the MAGA people who are going to vote for Trump are going to vote for Trump no matter who endorses Kamala. It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They are in the minority.
Imagine being an undecided voter. Good God.
Right?
How the fuck have you not decided yet, people?
Because people. And then, so the people who are going to vote Democrat are going to vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Here's where Taylor Swift and political theater intersect. Okay. And now I'm doing a weird faux British accent, and I don't know why. But.
Right.
But.
Carry on.
So you are trying to create a very specific image. You're trying to paint a very specific picture for the independent voter, for the undecided voter, to sway them.
Sure.
And so the message right now is Trump lost so bad during the debate that even Taylor Swift immediately started supporting Kamala Harris.
Yeah, she's never supported people politically, like publicly, right?
Yes.
Like the fact that
except for Biden.
And Harris. But I also think he's such an outlier as a presidential candidate, Trump.
Yeah.
That I could see her breaking her own rule for him. You know,
fair enough. So like
totally
that's the image that is now being presented to the independent and undecided voter. It's like he was so bad. People who normally don't get involved in politics.
But my question is, do undecided voters think about Taylor Swift's support as a metric?
No.
Oh my God, she never does this. Like, I didn't know that.
No, it's the image of it.
Sure. Okay.
The idea that like.
Well, I like her.
200.
And I like her music.
It's not necessarily that. It's the idea like 200 Republicans are now supporting her. Really? Taylor Swift. Yeah, 200, like over 200 Republicans registered.
What?
Like people in
just voters?
No. Oh. Like members of the party, like leadership. Like you had Liz and Dick Cheney openly supporting Kamala Harris. You had former Trump staffers.
Yeah, that's what I think could be a great thing about this.
Yeah,
is if he loses, the radicalism will hopefully be able to move out, at least temporarily, of the Republican Party, because there are a lot of Republicans that fucking hate Trump and they don't want him, but
your Mitt Romney's.
He's right.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Mitt Romney was
Mitt Romney.
Whatever. I don't really give a shit.
Mitt Romney.
And, listen,
and Paul Bryan, his former running mate.
Paul, you know, Joseph. Yeah. No, we make big deals about names being said correctly. I should say his name.
Well, yeah, because it's his name.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah, we say Kamala. Okay, it's okay to get it wrong. It's not okay to disrespect them.
I know. I'm calling myself out.
Okay.
Mitt Romney was a sane Republican.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right. Like
he seemed totally reasonable.
He seemed like a reasonable person.
Yeah. Now,
we want more Mitt Romneys.
Do I agree with what he believed in? No.
No.
But there is such a thing as being reasonable and being wrong.
Yeah, you could be reasonably wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I personally did not agree with what he wanted, but I understood the logic of it. I'm like,
he was a presidential candidate.
He was very presidential.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd say I miss.
Do you miss Mitt?
I miss Mitt. Mitt Romney, run again, please.
Yeah.
Your party needs you. America needs you. We need you to lose.
But we need you.
Yeah, I would like you to lose.
Yeah.
But if you win, I would not be terribly upset. Be a little upset.
Now, in terms of the change argument that you were talking about earlier, the big thing that he kept bringing up in the debate was, why hasn't she done anything? And it's like, well, first of all, there's different powers given to different positions of power. So if you're a vice president, you don't get all of the privileges and powers that a president does. And she hasn't been president. She's been vice president, which for most people, other than being the president of the Senate, right?
Yes.
You don't really have much actual power as a vice president. And the other thing too is you're right. She is certainly making a lot of rhetorical arguments about saying, vote for me because with me, we're going to protect your reproductive rights and all the goals. But in reality, she does need Congress people to agree with her and write the law. She's just saying she's going to vote for it. She will pass the law.
Something Trump refused to say.
She can't work unilaterally.
Because checks and balances.
Right. So whenever you say, why hasn't she done it? It's like, well, you need her, and then you need to vote for people in Congress to work with her. So, you do need both. So that's part of the reason why a lot of these things haven't been done.
That's the thing that really...
And it's also, she's the vice president. So she doesn't have a lot of power to do shit.
None.
Right.
She has zero. Her main job is to, and I will say this, I'm going to address all your points. I might need you to remind me. But one, the vice president really has no power, none, except to break ties in Congress, which...
In the Senate,
in the
specifically.
Senate. Yeah, in the Senate. Which, this has been such a
also,
even
this is
split.
Civics 101, truly. Like, this is... You learn this in middle school, I thought. Hopefully.
High school.
high school, middle school, a little bit of both.
Yeah. Anyway. But so you need the vice president to break tiebreakers in the Senate. And this has been such an even split Senate. She's actually been required a lot in the Senate. She's been breaking ties for all, like, I think she has the record for having to be in Congress to break the most ties.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Let me Google that.
That's fucking crazy.
Just to make sure I'm not saying.
There you go. That's why a lot of these things haven't been done yet. Now, if she could clarify, I think maybe part of it is, it's definitely politician rhetoric to be like, vote for me because I'm going to do this. Well, you alone are not going to do it. You need everybody to work with you. But it's shorthand. And it's also like, you know, maybe she's omitting that detail because it's implied, because hopefully a lot of Americans understand that she's not capable of acting as a dictator.
So this is from ballotpedia.org. Okay. I don't know what that is, but it says
Ballotpedia?
Yeah.
Okay.
.org. It's an organization apparently.
Okay.
But and this is from Senate.org too. So two sources. Kamala Harris has casted the most tie-breaking votes, 33, during her tenure as vice president. So she's been doing shit. She's been busy, but most of it is in Senate.
Now, what that means for our dumb listeners is that Congress can't work together. No. They can't fucking make decisions because it's evenly split.
Yeah.
Which is why you need tiebreakers. When you need tiebreakers all the time, it means you can't pass a lot of shit.
Yes.
Because you need a majority to pass a lot of shit. And if you don't get a majority, you can't accomplish a lot of shit because she can't sign a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of shit hasn't happened.
So the thing with Kamala hasn't done anything. It's like, one, she's been needed in the Senate to break 33 ties. Two, vice presidents, for anyone who's even a little bit politically aware, are like famous for not having anything to do. Yeah. That's why Dick Cheney...
That's why nobody remembers them.
Yes. That's why Dick Cheney was so impressive as a vice president.
Well...
No, because he did a lot. He
ran the country.
But that was unique. That never happened.
Yeah.
This is why people remember Dick Cheney. They're like, you are scary. You are basically running the country right now. Yeah. This isn't supposed to happen. Vice presidents, there are in the past... I think vice president having more to do with the
Now, do you
Senate.
believe that Kamala was running the country while Biden was president?
No.
Why don't you believe that as opposed to Cheney running the country while Bush was president?
I feel
because I know that there are going to be people wondering that.
I think because of the way the type of person Bush was and the type of policy he was pushing or like seemed to want it to push versus what actually got done.
Okay.
In the White House.
Whereas with Biden, the things that he wanted actually were carried out as much as he could.
Yes. And also I feel like Kamala has been busy.
But obviously he was pretty far gone mentally for a while.
He was, but I also think like he has a cabinet that he picked that I feel like there's more this is my bias. I will admit this is my bias showing, but I feel like there was just more integrity with the Democrats in his cabinet actually listening to him, but also knowing when to push back. Like, I think it was his cabinet that mostly pushed him to step down, but I also think they would respect him and be like, okay, you're the president, we're going to do what you want. Right.
There were a lot of Democrats vocally in support of Biden until he resigned.
Yeah.
You know?
So, one, it's like the vice president can't do much. Two, she can literally only do what the president allows her to do. That's like, and the thing that pisses me off about the way MAGA people are trying to, frame it as you've been in the White House for 4 years, you haven't done anything is they are aware the vice president has no power. They know this.
Yeah.
But
they're trying to do people who don't know that.
They're trying to manipulate the American people into being like, oh yeah, she hasn't done anything. It's like, she can't do anything.
It's a bad faith argument.
Right.
You're aware.
No one made this argument when Biden ran against Trump. No one said, oh, well, you were vice president for 8 years. You didn't do anything. No one brought that up.
Good point. But then again, he was also president for almost 4.
No, but like before, when he ran against Trump the first time.
Yeah, that's
in 2020. No one said, oh, you were vice president for 8 years.
Yeah.
You didn't do all these things.
Are you sure they didn't say that?
Not to the degree that they're using it against Kamala Harris, in which every debate, every time anyone has talked about it, it's like, well, you've been president. And I also see
it is one of the few arguments they have.
Yeah.
Is why hasn't, and it's not a bad question, is why have things not happened? And it's like, well, it's because of these limitations, because I respect the limitations of the law and what I'm afforded with my position. But also, and I can't just do everything because I feel like it. I have to have the authority to do that.
But also they say like the president is essentially the vision of the country, but does none of the work. And I believe that's true. I think Biden came into the White House. He's a very, classic moderate Democrat. He's, super capitalistic, can be forced to be more socially progressive. I don't think he's a progressive at all. And I think he picked people in place to carry out his vision, and that's what's happened.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris has a fine line of saying, I don't want to disrespect Joe Biden and be like, oh, fuck that guy, because he did pick me to be his vice president. Yeah. But also, I do disagree with him on a lot of different things.
Right.
And you've seen that, like, with her plans. And Trump mentioned this, but I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, in which her plan consists of some carryover from the Biden administration and some things that were from the Trump administrations.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at the past 4 or 5 presidents, being like, that was a good idea, that was a good idea, that was a good idea, and putting that together. That I prefer that. I'm like, yes, look at what worked, look at what didn't, and rule, or rule the country from. That feels weird saying. Govern the country from that perspective.
If I may, I'm very glad the Affordable Care Act exists because I needed it. Yeah. Very briefly, whenever I moved here, I started my job and I had just turned 26. It was a massive help to be able to have covered California, which I realized was the Affordable Care Act, to help subsidize my health insurance for a couple of months until I got on my company's plan. I mean, it's something that people genuinely need.
Now imagine if you never needed it and you just had universal health care.
Well, I would have been out probably $450 a month to pay for it completely out of my pocket.
No, I'm saying now imagine you just had that.
Now, if we had universal health care, that would be nice. Universal
but
healthcare.
Yeah, so I hate that Republicans try to use that argument that you did nothing for 4 years. It's like you know how the government works. You're just,
or do you?
I think they do. I think the leadership does.
I don't know. I think there are a lot of people that just parrot. There are the few people that actually know better, that they know that they're making a misleading argument, and then there are a lot of people who just don't really pay that much attention and they just parrot.
But they're the ones that have like the strongest opinions on politics, and they just, and it's frustrating. But anyways, frustrations aside, I just wanted to.
We got to consult the list. Yes. Make sure we're covering all
JD Vance says Trump would sign a national abortion ban. He did, but then Trump would not answer that question, which makes no sense. Yeah. It's weird that he called out JD Vance on national television like that. Yeah. Saying, "Oh, I never talked to him about that." I'm like,
I thought he was your homie.
I thought he was your VP. I feel like that's something you should talk about.
It's kind almost of a good point to talk to your VP.
Yeah, but
you usually I would imagine they talk to them about all of their things. If I were running for president, Bai would be my VP because they say everything.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Seriously though, like, how do you not talk to your VP about something like that?
It's almost as if what the VP thinks doesn't really matter, and the president is the one with all the power.
That's an interesting point. That being said, I do like Tim Walz.
I do like Tim Walz.
Tim Walz is fun. Yeah.
Also, so yeah.
And he's a gun-toting motherfucker, as is Kamala. They both have guns. So, obviously, they're going to take them away.
Yeah.
Except for their own.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your guns. Kamala's going to take them all.
That's right.
I think the abortion ban, I think what state is Tim Walz from?
Minnesota.
I think they don't have a term limit to when you can get an abortion.
What do you mean?
There is no minimum after 12. Let me just Google this just so I don't speak out of my ass.
Sure. I like the fact that she brought up the point that generally Americans are in favor of women's rights.
Yes.
Abortion is not something that you want to have to happen. It's an unfortunate situation. I don't think anybody who's ever had an abortion has been like, I can't wait to get this abortion. You know what I mean? It's a sad thing, but it's a necessary thing in so many cases.
Yeah, I think ignore what I said before, but I think from that very quick, like 2-second glance I just took at my phone, what he was being confused about is the fact that in certain states, more liberal states, the laws are a lot more specific, in which it's like you can get like an abortion at 6 months, but it's if like the health of the mother is going to be in jeopardy, or like you have a miscarriage, and the procedure that you would need to get rid of it so you don't get sepsis, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Is technically an abortion. I think that's what they're confusing.
Sure.
But like no one is having an abortion with healthy fetuses. I think most abortions happen within like 12 weeks.
Right. And I mean, obviously,
like 90% of them.
The suggestion of having an abortion whenever it's almost ready to be born is barbaric. Okay? It just is. It's a terrifying thing. But most abortions are caught fucking early because we have these things called pregnancy tests.
And also,
where you can learn about it
really
women
don't change their mind that far in. Like, I feel like if you don't want to have a baby, that decision is made pretty quickly. Yeah. It's like, oh, I don't want this.
Now, is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? No.
No.
It's not.
It's like, I do agree with him that we need to stop.
Here's one thing we can all agree on is that you cannot kill a baby after it's born in any state. In any state.
It's called murder.
Not even here.
No.
You know, not even in California.
California doesn't even have the most progressive abortion laws.
It's the most degenerate state in the fucking union. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And yet, we even respect that babies, once they're born,
can live.
As annoying and ugly as they can be, you can't kill them.
Unfortunately.
You can neglect them.
Oh my God, feel free.
Emotionally, you can neglect them.
And physically, I was neglected.
I mean, you can't really neglect them.
I think you should actually neglect your children.
Here's what you can do.
I turned out fine.
You can give the baby the Gerber food, but you can just not. You can. Okay, in California, you have to give the baby the food after it's born, but whenever it grows up and goes to Little League, you don't have to tell him how good he was if he wasn't, because odds are he wasn't. No. Have you ever seen Little League games? It's chaos.
We need to talk about Trump admitting he lost by a whisper.
Oh, yeah. So Trump still believes that he won the election.
Except he didn't. There were multiple. Have you seen the clips?
No.
Oh, my God. It's a compilation.
So Trump has admitted that he's lost.
Yes.
In other words. Now, why did he not admit it last night? Because he's in a very widely seen debate.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I don't believe it's impossible for fraud to happen with the election.
It happens.
It happens, but it doesn't happen to such an extent that it would skew one way or another.
Yeah, no, that's
because
the thing.
How could you ever trust any election for your side?
No, that's the thing that's always said.
Because Republicans have won before. He won in 2016
by technicality,
but still he won.
Yes,
I mean, not the popular vote, but
he's never won that. Ooh.
Okay.
But yeah, and like, what about all the senators and governors and
Republicans
that won that are Republicans?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't.
I love that he's like, there's evidence everywhere. It's like, okay, what's the evidence? What's the evidence?
The voting machines, they sued you for defamation, and they won.
Yeah. Dominion voting systems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, it was an excellent debate. Please, let's do another one. I can't wait for the next one.
JD Vance and Tim Walz.
JD Vance and Tim Walz, that will be an event.
Woohoo! Or very boring.
I don't think it will be.
Because JD Vance, although he is like a crooked, morality.
He doesn't have the fucking crackers energy.
He doesn't.
Of Trump.
And also, he is a very logical person. He's like a very typical politician.
Yeah.
With no morals or values. And
but I like Tim Walz.
I like Tim Walz. He seems like my grandpa.
Tim Walz, I think, is going to give him a talking to like a dad.
Oh, he better. Yeah. Come on, Coach Walz.
Dad Walz. Come on, Dad Walz.
Yeah. He is the Midwestern princess.
I want him. I hope Tim Walz wears eyeliner at the debate. Please.
That would be hilarious.
See who has the better guy liner?
Yes. Have you heard the rumor?
What?
that JD Vance is gay.
I've seen photos of the drag, the potential. It looks a lot like JD Vance. The Yale photos of. It's always a bad fucking resolution picture, isn't it? Yeah. These things. Can someone snap one clear fucking picture that's incriminating? It's like the Loch Ness Monster. You know, the Loch Ness drag queen in the closet. That? Is it JD? Is it not JD? It's just a guy with a beard. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we should not spread rumors about that. Although I mean,
the photos are out there. So I'm not spreading the rumors, am I? I'm just mentioning the rumors.
To the 2 people that watch our podcast.
If our podcast rumors are able to influence the election, we will have succeeded in something. Okay. But I think we should wrap it up.
Good night, lovely people.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It was so nice.
It was great.
Chat about the debate.
I'm so tired.
I am.
I'm fucking beat.
I've been working crazy hours.
Me too. Not really, but I'm tired.
I'm at a new store and it's a drive-thru and we close at midnight. Mm-hmm. So that's been fun. Yeah. Anyways, good night, lovely people.
Before you go, everybody, please subscribe.
Wait, I wasn't done yet.
You said good night. That sounds conclusive.
It was good night, and I was gonna keep talking.
Okay, keep talking.
It was good night, and what we need to do next is come up with a name for our fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speculator?
Speculators? Oh my God, speculators.
My speculators.
What's up, my speculators?
My spectacles?
My speculator.
My spectaculars?
No, my speculator. The one that's watching. Yeah. Good night. I love you so much.
Okay. Speculators, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and
Spread
TikTok.
The word, man.
Share, favorite, comment, engage. Please, just engage. Show me that I'm not doing this for nothing. Say something. Say hi, Bronson. Just say something.
In the comments. Please. We're desperate.
Well, because if you say it to your screen, I can't hear you. It's not Dora the Explorer. Mm-hmm. You have to fucking write something, okay? But please, I'm tired. I need proof that this isn't pointless, okay? And with that, good night.
So long.